Hello everybody and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I am Be Joy and this is my kitchen. Today I've got something really yummy for you. As if it's not always yummy, but this is really yummy. This is a blackened tofu slash pumfu, whichever you prefer. We use pumfu in our house, which looks just like tofu. Here's the box it comes in. Comes in Pumfu, which is made strictly of pumpkin seeds, the only ingredient in here, because we have some soy sensitivity in our home. So I took my chunk of Pumfu, that's where we started, and I sliced it in about 1/4 inch slabs. And this is kind of like coming from all those years ago when they started to make blackened, was it Emerald, I think, started it, right? Cajun cooking, and they started to do blackened fish and blackened steak and blackened chicken. I never saw anybody do blackened pumfu back in the day, but we're doing it now. So, got your tofu, and I've got my pumfu here. While I was waiting for you, I made most of it up, but I'm going to show you what I did. I took about a half a cup of what I have here is Bragg's coconut amino acids. You can also use soy sauce or tamari, but again, given the soy sensitivity in our home, we go with the coconut amino acids. And this is a little bit sweeter than soy sauce and less salty and a little sweeter. I really have come to really love this. So the coconut amino acids, got it in my shallow tray here. You can see that's all that's in there, coconut amino acids. And then to that, I made a mixture of nutritional yeast, so about 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast, and it's the large flake, not the small flake. And to that I added 3 tablespoons of a hot Cajun blackening spice. There's all sorts of different ones you can get out there. Any one to your choice. You can get some that are a little sweeter if you're not a real hot person, etc. Okay, so then we have it, and I prepared most of them, like I said already. But I'm going to show you what I did in one moment because I've already turned my stove on. I've heated it up, and I'm going to put in probably about 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, not olive oil. I want an oil that's a high heat oil that I can really get a nice blackened crust. And olive oil would not quite have the blackened crust ability of a sunflower or safflower. All right? Okay, so then you want to take your slab of pumfu and dip it gently into the coconut amino, and then take that and pop it in here, get it all coated up. Whoop, you can do this with a little tweezers that I call these things, or you can do it with your hands. If you're going to do it with your hands, one hand goes in the wet and the other hand goes in the dry, and never the two shall meet, or you're going to have one clumpy mess on your hands. All right, so I've got that, and so what we have here is I've got about 8 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, I got 6, not 8, never mind. 6 slices, and they've been coated on both sides, right? And what I'm going to do is really, you can't get any simpler than this. Whoa, I am going to pop them in my pan on the stove. All right, I can already taste it. There we go. And you want to get the fire pretty hot. You don't want to obviously burn these guys, but what you do want is that it's going to get a nice crust on it. All righty. And you know, if you'd like, you can do it in the oven, but I find it doesn't get as crusty. So many a days I cook with things in the oven and I don't fry them. But I'm telling you, you want this pretty well fried. That's how it's the most delicious. Alrighty, so if you got that pumfu, I'll line these up so you can see them. And there's the coconut amino acids, the nutritional yeast, Cajun spice, and you can't get any simpler than that. So you know, you come home from a day at the beach, you come home from a day at work, wherever you've been, Well, all right. And I'm just going to let these nicely saute in there and actually crisp up. All right. So you got your ingredients here. Take a second to write them down if you'd like. I'll leave them out here for a minute. And then sunflower oil or another high heat oil. You know, avocado would probably, avocado oil, you can't see me, right? I'm all the way over there. Avocado oil would probably be also a great alternative, or coconut oil. Any one of the three will be the best. And you want it to be neutral. So what I have gotten here, just going to let those cook away. And then about halfway through, I'm going to just go ahead and flop them over. Now, when they come off the stove, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to serve this on a bed of basmati rice. And again, it can be brown rice, it can be jasmine rice, it could be regular rice, just rice, short grain. I happen to like the brown basmati, so that's what we're going to use tonight. And here we are. Whoa, hot off the presses back here. I've got my basmati rice here. So it's nice and warm. I'm going to put it in the bottom of my bowl while we wait for this guy to brown itself. And I like to use this rice cooker that I've got. I've had it for a long time. And the reason that we got it to begin with is my inability to remember things are on the stove sometimes. So this one, you know, you put it on for 60 minutes, you're done. You can't miss. So I got a couple of bowls full of that right here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my my guys over because they don't take all that long. And I'm going to flip them with a spatula because sometimes this stuff can tend to, there we are. It's all black on the back. These are looking good. I'll bring it over in a minute so you can see it, but it's, you know, got that blackened look to it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's truly blackened. Just like you would have, you know, like I say, back in the day. Let me give you a sneak peek here. See that? There we go. Blackened Pumfu tofu. There you have it. You don't want to leave it on this side as long as you've left it on the other side. And we're going to go ahead and put it on our rice in just a moment. And in the meantime, what I had done while I was waiting for you is I had a bunch of chard, both off of my aeroponic garden, tower garden in the backyard, and a friend / neighbor from down the street brought over a bunch of red chard also. So what I'm going to do is once I take this out, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the pan so that you don't have to use another pan and you're really saving yourself on cleanup. So, and there we've got our blackened tofu on rice right here. And I'm going to go ahead and dress the outsides of it with some of the chard that I've cooked up. Remember, it was that big bowl of chard? Look at what it cooks down to. You know how spinach and chard are? They hold a lot of water. So I'm going to take this and just dress it around. A little bit on that side. A little bit. We're going to eat that. All of that chard is just going to be enough for 2 people. I'm telling you. Then there's a little bit here. A little bit over here. And just the rest of it. That's it. My bowl is now empty. Wow, that's just amazing, right? That thing was full. So never think that when you're growing or having people over for dinner, besides just the 2 or 4 of you, that you don't need a truckload of chard. Anyway, that's what we got tonight. Blackened Pumfu on basmati brown rice with chard. And we're going to eat that right now, matter of fact. So, thanks for, whoa, that tea stuck to me. That is good. I should have I think I did mention that I put it in the same, when I took the tofu out, the pumfu out, I put the chard in on that same pan. I added a little bit of oil because I love oil. What can I tell you? So anyway, I did that, and that's what we got today. If you want the recipe, just ask me for it. Just write recipe or DM me. Well, however you'd like to do it, I'm happy to share the recipe with you. And that's all. Go ahead and be joy in your own kitchen this week, and enjoy the yum. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.